Got a question today about a couple of workouts, and I wanted to walk you through them. In general, our programming is written in such a way that it is easy to follow, and there isn't necessarily a lot of thought that goes from one piece to the next piece. However, we have had two types of sessions come up in the past 7 days that are not like that, and I wanted to explain why, and I wanted to explain what you can do to improve your transitions and get your athletes ready. So here is a workout. Let me just walk you through it real quick. At a high level, we have the warm-up, which is going to be world's greatest stretch, PVC pipe shoulder warm-ups, and then we're going to get people warm while coaching the row. Next, we're going to go into weightlifting, wide stance, back squat to a box. We're going to go to a heavy single or a 1 rep max. And then that's going to take us into the Metcon, which today is only a 5-minute AMRAP. So what I'm about to say actually applies to any workout, any traditional workout that takes less than 10 minutes. So let's walk through how you can coach this. First of all, the warm-up is designed to take no more than 18 minutes. This is true no matter the warm-up. One thing I like to do, just set 18 minutes up on the clock. You can see we're doing an AMRAP 4 for the world's greatest stretch. What I do is I set 4 minutes on my watch, but I have an 18-minute timer going. We're going to spend 4 minutes doing the world's greatest stretch. This is also a good time to go around with the question of the day. After the world's greatest stretch, we're going to do 2 rounds of the PVC pipe pass-throughs around the worlds and overhead presses. This is designed to warm up the shoulders. Even if we're not doing shoulder work, we still want people to warm up their shoulders. You'll notice every day we're going to have people bend their knees past 9 degrees, close and open their hips, and do something overhead to warm up their shoulders. We're doing that every day no matter what the workout or the lifts are. So again, I would set a clock for 18 minutes. If we're not done with this rowing technique at the end of that 18 minutes, you know what? We're pretty close. And the athletes are warm. We don't need to go any further. The next section here is weightlifting. You'll notice that the warm-up is not specific to to box squats or to the back squat. That means that we're going to take a couple of minutes to focus on the back squat. So if this were me coaching this session, I would have all my athletes grab a barbell, put it in the rack, get their box, set it down to as low as they can go. That could be a 12-inch box. That could be 3 or 4 plates. I'm going to demo the wide stance box squat, and then I'm going to have my athletes do 10 reps with just the barbell. I'm then going to have my athletes add a little bit of weight, maybe 10 or 15 pound plates on either side, maybe 25s for some bigger guys, and have them do 8 reps. So these are 2 sets that are not included in this 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. And at that point, this first set of 5, we actually want that to be at 70% or higher of their known 1 rep max. So if their 1 rep max is 200 pounds, then we want this to be, this set of 5, to start at no less than 140 pounds. This means that even in this set, we're going to see some good results and get people stronger. We're going to increase weight across each of these sets until we hit a heavy single. Now, this could be, if they get it done ahead of time, get their 6 sets done, they could do another single. Or if they hit a PR, know that they're not going to go heavier, or they've already hit a PR. We always want to just stop at a PR and celebrate it. But if they have 4 or 5 minutes up on the clock still remaining, go ahead and decrease weight to maybe take off 10 or 20% and do now a set of 5, just so that we're not wasting time. People are here for fitness, and after they've already hit their PR, they can get another set in for 5, maybe even another set of 5, depending on how early they got their PR in, but they're still getting work in. Speaking of the clock, when we transition into the weightlifting section, I am going to set 18 minutes up on the clock, and we are going to get all of this work done in 18 minutes. So if we spend 18 minutes on the warm-up, we spent 18 minutes on the weightlifting, and we just wasted 4 minutes transitioning and letting people go to the bathroom and all those things. That leaves us 20 minutes for the Metcon. Now you're like, hey, that's plenty of time. We've only got a 5-minute workout. Well, yes, and we have a row, which isn't very technical, and they should be pretty warm for the row. But look at what we're remaining, squat snatches. Now, these squat snatches, we've not done anything in the day so far to prepare our athletes for squat snatches. So we're going to want them to grab a barbell and get in 3 to 5 reps, maybe 8 reps with just the barbell, snatching the bar overhead and squatting all the way down. Now that squat should be warm coming out of the box squats, but not the snatches. Now these weights are at 115 and 75, which are lightish, maybe medium for some athletes. That's what this means. And so it should not take a lot of sets to work up to this. It should not be a quote unquote heavy weight. They're going to be doing it under fatigue. This 500 meter row is going to be taking between 2 and 2.5 minutes for our athletes. That's going to leave between 2.5 and 3 minutes for athletes to get in squat snatches. These squat snatches, I mean, in theory, the weight should be light enough to go touch and go. But again, we're talking about 2.5 to 3 minutes. That's a long time of doing touch and go squat snatches. So my point here is, even though it's a 5-minute workout and there's nothing in here that tells you to warm up your squat snatch in between the wide stance box squat and the Metcon, as a coach, you need to know and be able to look at this and go, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense to go straight from my box squat into a workout with squat snatches. And you would be absolutely correct. So our system is not designed, it's not quite fancy enough to catch this, but we rely on coaching expertise and for you to know as an athlete yourself, what would you do to get ready for this 5-minute AMRAP. So that's what I wanted to leave you with, letting you know that there is a ghost or a mystery warm-up that would be right here if we put it in. And I am, as a programmer, or Farah as a programmer, we are counting on you as coaches to know that you need to do a little bit extra work that's unseen in the workout to get your athletes ready for these squat snatches. Second example of a workout where, as programmers, we are anticipating that you as coaches are going to get your athletes ready. What you can see here is our warm-up, which is our standard snatch warm-up, because we are doing snatch, and then a Metcon. We are doing a traditional ladies workout. This workout is called Amanda. Whenever we do a traditional ladies workout, that is the only workout. There is not a strength piece that goes with it. And so this is a way for us to really focus on this Metcon. For the lady workouts and our Hero WODs, those are workouts that we measure progress on. And so we want to make sure that our athletes are fully ready to go for this workout. So let's walk through it. We have our warm-up where we grab a PVC pipe. Before using the PVC pipe, we're going to do some wrist mobility. And then we're going to go into our snatch warm-up, which you can see here. The idea of this warm-up is that not only is it going to start getting our athletes' bodies warm, but they're going to go through the movements of the snatch, and this is a great way to teach a beginner the snatch just starting from scratch in the sit-stand position. In the sit-stand position with nothing but a PVC pipe. We learned this coaching teens, and we saw great progress with teens who had no idea what they were doing. And by the end of the warm-up, they could snatch and move pretty well. After this snatch warm-up with just a PVC pipe, we're going to grab a barbell, and then we're going to go into 3 rounds, 3 each of the hang muscle snatch, the hang power snatch, and the hang squat snatch. By the time we get through those 3 rounds, especially with the power snatch, well, the hang muscle snatch will really focus on getting that big shrug, getting the traps involved. The hang power snatch, we're looking at a big jump up. And then on the hang squat snatch, we're looking at pulling ourselves under the bar and getting low as we can into the squat, the overhead squat for the snatch. So we're going to do that 3 rounds, and then we're going to move right into Amanda. Now you'll notice that when we do a warm-up, we want it to take no more than 18 minutes. Our workout is only 8 minutes. So you're like, wow, we're in and out in 26 minutes. Not exactly. We still need to get our athletes ready for this Amanda workout. First of all, the first question that we're going to get to is, what are our athletes going to do for the ring muscle-ups? Very few have ring muscle-ups, and even if they do have ring muscle-ups, we've not done anything to warm them up. So this is what we're going to do. For the ring muscle-ups, we're just going to walk through a ring muscle-up progression. You can find those elsewhere. They are elsewhere in our programming, files. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can make sure that you have our ring muscle-up progression. But it's basically going to start on the rings with some, we'll go into some hollow holds, some Supermen, then we'll go into some ring rows, then we can go into some transition work. We have different transition drills. We can do static holds, we can do ring dips. Ideally, we have people do ring dips if they don't have ring muscle-ups. But we're going to walk through that transition. So let me give you an example. The first thing we would have them do is go over, after warming up, maybe they're hollow and they're Supermen on the floor. We're going to have them go to the rings and have them do 10 ring rows. Shouldn't be too hard, too challenging. We're just warming up. So we'll do 10 ring rows, and then we're going to go back to our barbell, and I want them to do 3 reps. Just add a little bit of weight to your barbell. We just did this work up here with an empty barbell, so add a little bit of weight, and now we're going to do 3 squat snatches, all coming from the ground. Then we're going to go back to our ring muscle-up progression, and let's say now we're going to have our athletes do 10 reps of a 2-second static hold up at the top. So we'll do that. That'll take about another minute. Then we're going to go back to the floor, go back to our barbell, add a little bit more weight, and do 3 more squat snatches from the floor. Then we're going to go back to the rings, and now this time we're going to do 10 ring dips. 10 ring dips. These can be strict, these can be kipping, these can be with our feet on the floor, helping us do the ring dips, going through a full range of motion, getting our shoulders as low as possible. And then we're going to go back to the barbell, and we're add a little bit more weight if necessary, and do 3 more squat snatches. And then finally, we can go back to the rings and work on our either ring transitions or our ring muscle-ups. Do 5 to 10 reps of those. Go back to our barbell. So you can see that we now have spent, let's call it 20 more minutes of a quote-unquote warm-up, where we're also developing the skill for the ring muscle-up. By the time the coach is ready to say 3, 2, 1, go on this 8-minute time-capped workout, the athlete should know exactly what weight they're going to do for the snatch and should know exactly what their scale is going to be for the ring muscle-up. I hope this helps. Have a great day. Bye.